recall that in May of 2022, there was an agri-forum hosted by Guyana at the Artejong Center. And at that forum, our president, joined by other heads of states from within the region, recognized the importance of reducing our imports from out of the region and being more self-reliant within the region, utilizing our various strengths, our research capability, and the level of investments to ensure that we were, as far as possible, secure in terms of food and nutrition. A number of agencies in Guyana have been involved in research work. UG-IRE, for example, has been doing work on the sweet potato and working with Banks DIH Bakery. The Guyana School of Agriculture has also been involved in doing research work on a composite flour to reduce the amount of wheaten flour used in the traditional bread. The Guyana Rice Development Board has also been working on rice flour. And CARDI and ICA outside of the region have also been doing work with our regional partners. So I felt it was useful, and due to some prompting by, for example, Professor Pat Francis, when UG-IRE hosted a demonstration at the Public Free Library in 2022, showing the work that UG had been doing. That was followed up on World Food Day at Albion by demonstration by other agencies. So when we looked at the number of agencies involved in research, we felt it was necessary to bring everyone together around the table so that we could share what we were doing. And during last year, we had several meetings. We also had a mini symposium, which was hosted by UG-IRE at the university, which helped to bring some focus into the work that we were doing.
The purpose of the Sweet Potato Symposium and exhibition was to enlighten producers, consumers, and the relevant stakeholders of the recent and ongoing scientific research regarding sweet potato, and to highlight and showcase its health and nutritional benefits, and also its value-added products that are being produced locally here in Guyana. The symposium would have also strengthened linkages and partnerships across agency through the transfer of data, information, and technology, which would definitely enhance the sweet potato value chain throughout the region. The collaborators of the Sweet Potato Symposium are CARDI, NARI, GSA, University of Guyana, the New GMC, UG-IRE, FAO, GRDB, and ICA.
The impact of the symposium and exhibition would be to have all stakeholders together in one place and let us have a discussion and come up with solutions on the way forward. It will benefit everyone in the value chain.
The value chain is comprised of all of those steps, from the farm right through to the production of the flowers.
From the farmer's perspective, he will understand what additional work or additional input he will have to make to his farm. From the perspective of the consumer will appreciate the end product. They will understand that they're having a healthier product.
We are replacing importation. We are expanding local production. And that through that system or that process, all of the stakeholders stand to benefit.
Most of us will have to get together and decide what's the way forward, are we going to treat this new development that we are taking on? Are we going to include it into a policy, come up with a framework on the way forward for Guyana?
That we need to place more emphasis on homegrown research, on ensuring that our stakeholders, meaning the farmers, the consumers, the researchers, are all operating from the same song sheet, so to speak, and that our interests are convergent, and that we do see a reduction in the amount of foreign exchange being used to import. We see an increase in the amount of earnings being generated, not only at the farm level, but also within the economy.
The gaps which exist from my perspective are those which are associated with getting the flour to the bakers. And in order to do that, there needs to be equipment situated at different parts of the country. We need to establish processing facilities in areas where there are hubs, and we need to transform the whole process through empowering the small bakers as well as large bakers through education, because it's not just producing the flour. There are parameters which must be met in order to satisfy a flour, the production of a flour which has good quality and is a very high standard.
To support this regional program of food and nutrition security, we want to make sure that they're comfortable, that their livelihoods are being enhanced, and that this whole effort is sustainable.
The main stakeholders include the government of Guyana, which represents the people. And what this does, when they support the University of Guyana in this regard, they're reducing our dependence on the wheaten flour. The technology that we have developed already incorporates 25% of the local flours into the bread. So that would be a great benefit to that stakeholder, which is the government of Guyana. Other stakeholders would benefit through the production of equipment and services and many other downstreaming activities, because you can see once we start producing our own flour, it has a ripple effect in the economy.